Imagine the Golden State Warriors not just as a basketball team, but as a relentless dynasty perpetually reinventing itself, a force that refuses to be confined by past triumphs, boldly stepping into the future with young, electrifying talent. That promises to shake the very foundations of the NBA. Yes, the Warriors are gearing up for the next chapter. And if you thought their journey was nearing a sunset dominated by veterans like Curry, Green, and Thompson, think again. This summer and beyond marks the dawning of a new era, led by the sensational arrival of Renabando and Kaisado, two young stars whose raw talent and unique cultural impact could very well ignite the next Warriors dynasty. But what does this mean for the reigning kings of the West? How will these burgeoning talents mesh with a team famously defined by impeccable chemistry, insane ball movement, and that frenetic motion-heavy style that unravels defenses and breaks hearts? The stakes are sky high, the potential limitless, and the excitement, if you're a Warriors fan, nothing short of electric. Keep reading, because the full story will redefine how you see the future of G-State basketball. It's about resilience, evolution, and a vision that transcends borders and generations. First, picture Renabando. This kid isn't just another rookie. He's a whirlwind of speed, creativity, and endurance who made his international debut shimmering on the big stage of the Basketball World Cup. Analysts have taken note. Fans are buzzing, and the Warriors brass sees in him the perfect fuel to pump new life into a roster seeking fresh energy. Abando's ability to seamlessly switch between shooting guard and wing fits the Warriors' relentless flow like a glove. Yes, versatility is his middle name, but beyond that, his style screams Warriors DNA. He thrives on movement, a player who doesn't just stand still waiting for the ball, but drives offense through constant motion and spontaneous, unpredictable attacks that leave defenses grasping at shadows. If you recall those glorious Warriors runs, the relentless off-ball cutting and quick ball reversals that made them nearly untouchable, you'll understand what Abando brings, a chance to relive and even enhance that electric style the league has learned to dread. Yet, Abando is more than just a basketball player on this team. He's a cultural bridge. His Filipino roots connect deeply with one of the most passionate basketball communities in the Bay Area and across Asia. Imagine the fan base. The roar of support in Filipino households as they watch one of their own suit up for an NBA powerhouse. That connection alone unlocks a treasure trove of global marketing potential, opening unprecedented sponsorships, partnerships, and viewership channels for the Warriors. We're talking about expanding from a California club into a global basketball brand with Asia as a key frontier. This isn't just roster remodeling. It's a strategic masterstroke that fuses talent with culture, bringing new narratives and new fans into the fold. But wait, the Warriors roster revamp doesn't stop with Abando. Enter Kaisado, the towering 2.21-meter behemoth ready to alter the landscape of the Warriors' paint defense forever. Sato isn't your average big man. He's a perfect fusion of size, athleticism, and skill, bringing an imposing presence that this team has been in dire need of for years. Defensively, picture a wall in the paint, intimidating opposing offenses and protecting the rim with the tenacity we've craved since the days when the Warriors' interior game was viewed as a vulnerability. Sato's defensive instincts are complemented by a developing offensive game that includes a mid-range shot, a lethal weapon in the Warriors' architectural plan, which prioritizes space in the free shooters like Curry and Thompson. Within Kai's towering frame beats the heart of a refined technician, an international competitor who sharpened his craft in leagues like Australia's NBL, ready to adapt swiftly to the NBA's pace and pressure. But here's where things get really juicy and the cliffhanger unfolds. How do these rising stars meld into a Warriors squad so uniquely defined by its team-first ethos, where ball movement and chemistry trump individual glory? The legacy Warriors system demands that the rookies learn, grow, and bond with veterans who have been battle-tested across multiple championship campaigns. The likes of Curry, Green, and Thompson aren't just players. They're mentors, custodians of a culture that prizes selflessness and obsession with winning. Abando and Sato's integration won't just be about fitting into set roles. It will require embodying a mentality where every cut, every screen, and every rotation matters more than stats. But if these youngsters can embrace that culture, and there are signs they will, the results could be nothing short of spectacular. Imagine the spark they bring, injecting fresh adrenaline into the team while harmonizing with the experienced core that still has championship runs in their sights. It's a delicate dance, a balancing act that Coach Steve Kerr, renowned for extracting the best out of his roster, must choreograph with expert precision. Speaking of Kerr, this is not just another coach with a clipboard. He's the architect of Warriors' modern domination and the strategic mastermind perfectly suited to shepherd this new generation. Kerr's proven track record of nurturing young talent while preserving team identity means he will be instrumental in managing expectations and maximizing potential. Remember Jordan Poole's rise, how Kerr's system and mentorship turned Poole from a promising rookie into a game changer? Now multiply that formula by the immense raw talent offered by Abando and Sato, and suddenly the picture of a rejuvenated Warriors team becomes a compelling reality. The challenge lies not only in physical adaptation, the jump from international playgrounds and collegiate courts to the NBA is immense, but in tactical and mental realms, embracing fast-paced defense, understanding dynamic roles, and absorbing the relentless Warriors' hustle. And just when you think the story couldn't get any better, there's Igor Demon, a cerebral point guard with court vision that opens new offensive dimensions. Demon's ability to orchestrate the offense, create plays, and enable teammates to shine gives Kerr an even broader tactical palette, allowing for seamless rotations and unpredictable game strategies. With Demon's addition, the Warriors gain not just muscle and speed but smarts, a triptych that rounds out a fresh core poised to redefine the franchise's next decade. But this reshaping is not without its hurdles. It's a puzzle of chemistry, roles, pressure management, and immense expectations. The spotlight will be harsh, the opponents ruthless, and the NBA spotlight unforgiving. The Warriors' veteran leaders must not only carry their championship streak, but also become patient guides, instilling grit and wisdom into the new blood. Meanwhile, the young trio must shed their rookie nerves, adopt the team's defensive hustle, and fuel that trademark Warriors pace. This balancing act between honoring a glorious past and daring new futures will test the resilience of the entire organization. Yet the reward could be legendary. Imagine the Warriors not only maintaining their competitive thunder in the NBA, but also explosively broadening their global footprint. Renabando and Kaisado aren't just athletes. They're cultural ambassadors, beacons that shine a spotlight on basketball's explosive growth in Asia. Their stories inspire millions. And with the Warriors embracing that narrative, new markets, new fans, and new champions emerge, all driven by the same relentless Warrior spirit. Fans, the countdown is on. Can these youngsters rise to the occasion and claim their place alongside the Titans of Golden State? Will Steve Kerr's blueprint for success adapt once again to forge a squad that blends explosive youth with seasoned mastery? Will Abando's speed and versatility combine with Sato's rim dominance and Demon's precision? Playmaking propel the Warriors into another era of NBA supremacy? The answers lie in the battles ahead, in unrelenting training, clutch moments, and that indefinable chemistry that makes great teams historic. As Warriors News fan report, we stand on the front lines ready to bring you every highlight, every controversy, every breakthrough. Don't blink, this is just the beginning. Yeah. Comments, your voices, and your passion shape this evolving story. Drop your thoughts below. Should Abando and Sato become this team's new heart and soul? Can they shoulder the weight of Warriors tradition and proudly carry the banner for years to come? Smash that like button if you believe in the youth revolution. Subscribe and hit notifications to never miss a moment of this thrilling transition. History is calling. Will the Warriors answer? The future of Golden State basketball, a story of dreams, trials, and triumphs, unfolds now. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. If your heart just raced thinking of the possibility of Steph curling up beyond the arc, torching defenses in synergy with Renabando slicing lanes, and Sato's gigantic shadow defending the rim, let it out right here. This is the moment to voice the fire you feel. Now, hold on to your hats, because as that potential new Warriors era starts to glimmer on the horizon, the questions flood in faster than a Curry pull-up in crunch time. Can this teenage whirlwind and the towering new paint force truly mesh with the old guard without fracturing the delicate chemistry that's been stitched together through blood, sweat, and championship tears? Or are we staring down the barrel of a digital revolution so radical that Kerr might have to invent a whole new playbook? There's no arguing. The veterans Curry still carving out 25-plus points a night. Wiggins still dynamite on defense and hitting clutch buckets. Draymond, orchestrating every possession with a mastermind's precision, aren't just faces on a jersey. They're the spine of this squad's soul. But the West? Oh man, the West is a battlefield once again. With the Suns' explosive offense, the Nuggets' slick systems led by Jokic, and younger squads like OKC and Dallas, who aren't just hopeful, they're hungry and loaded. We're living in a world where every game is a war of attrition. Every possession rattles the standings, and every misstep might be the difference between a first-round exit or a deep playoff grail hunt. So what happens when the Warriors take that gamble hand over part of the reins to Renabando, whose explosiveness almost reminds you of early Clay quick cuts, sharp shooting, and a fearless desire to attack the rim, and Kaisado, whose rim protection could be the skeleton key that unlocks better defense, at long last saving us from those late-game collapses that have haunted us relentlessly? Can these kids thrive in a system that has always demanded unselfish ball movement, imperfectly choreographed chaos that only the community of seasoned vets has mastered? The tension of that locker room alone is a story. Imagine the delicate balancing act Steve Kerr is walking, with trade whispers swirling, the front office itching for innovation without breaking what made this team legendary, the old heads mentoring but also guarding their legacy. Could this pursuit of youth be the spark of another dynasty's first breath, or instead the beginning of an identity crisis that fractures the familiar rhythm? And it's not just about fits on the floor. Dub Nation has lived through euphoria and heartbreak, trust built through We Believe, the dominance of the Durant Kerr era, and witnessing Clay vanquish injury demons on the darkest nights. The emotional toll is real. Are fans ready for a rebuild disguised as a reinvention? Can Renabando's flash and Sato's size bridge the gap between now and a whole new Warriors age? Could a sudden surge from Demon's court vision unlock offensive such that no defense can tame? Or might his cerebral gameplay slow down the free-flowing fast-break identity we crave? Steph's shot still drops with deadly precision, but aging is a fact. Could he pivot into more of a mentor role as these rising stars explode, or is he still cooking up game winners like he's defying time itself? And what about the supporting cast? Kuminga, Moody, Podziemski? They've all had flashes, but still battle for rhythm. And if the new core blossoms too fast, do their minutes evaporate into thin air, causing tension under the surface? The West's fiercest rivals are circling, smelling opportunity as this storied team walks a razor's edge between glorious renewal or painful decline. The Warriors have never been a franchise to shy away from challenges, always evolving, always daring to disrupt the narrative. But what if this is the ultimate test? What if the next game, the next clutch moment, reveals whether this infusion of youth and international flair is the catalyst for another Annus Mirabilis or a painful farewell tour? Remember the first time you saw Curry in '09, raw and unstoppable. Now imagine witnessing Renabando and Sato blossom into their own brand of unstoppable, supported by Kerr's steely leadership and veteran acumen. We aren't just talking basketball. A global cultural phenomenon is brewing, with these two linking the Bay Area to Asia's fervent basketball pulse, amplifying the Warriors' impact far beyond Oracle's walls. This is no ordinary rebuild. It's a revolution wired to a fan base that lives and breathes hoops on a planetary scale. But amid the glitz and hype, the stakes have never been greater. This season will be a crucible where every lineup change, every defensive rotation, every clutch shot will write the next page of Warriors history. If it works, we might just witness the birth of a dynasty 2 decades in the making, a rebirth that blends past glory with bold, boundary-breaking futures. If it doesn't, well, Dub Nation will experience one heck of a green-lighted rodeo heartbreak. Hope and hustle all rode in the one wild ride. As someone who screamed myself hoarse during Baron Davis's fearless charge, who teared up with Clay's comeback moments and still believes deep down that Steph's got another miracle run still burning hot, I am absolutely convinced one thing. This isn't an ending. It's the forging of something monumental, something that could reshape the NBA's landscape beyond anything we imagine. The Warriors have always been about more than just basketball. They've been a symbol of innovation, resilience, and a spirit that refuses to back down. Now it's your turn. Get raw down in the comments. Throw down your boldest takes about Renabando, Kaisado, the future of the Dubs, or even if Kerr's magic has finally met its match. No holding back, I'll be right there with you, breaking down every wave of emotion because this story, it's ours to live, to shape, and to witness unfold.